Hello YouTubers! What you're looking at here is a 2021 Can-Am Ryker 900cc Rally Edition. This particular bike was purchased at Power Lodge in Naples, Florida. We purchased this as my wife and I are beginning to start a different chapter within our lives, which is going to be traveling across the United States. So we've also purchased a 2021 B-Class RV, and we'll be doing a review of that coming up shortly in one of our other YouTube videos. But this particular one we purchased because my wife has zero experience with a motorcycle. She's never even been a passenger on a motorcycle. So she's agreed to give it a try. And what better way to give it a try than on a three-wheeled Ryker motorcycle. So to that extent, we went and we purchased this, like I said, from Power Lodge in Naples, Florida. We spent, I want to say, $13,450. They come new $11,500, but then after taxes, tag, title, dealer fees, prep fees, what have you, it came out to $13,450. We're also purchasing the 5-year extended warranty. However, the system didn't work at the time of purchase, so we're waiting for a call back to get that straightened out. On this bike, she's going to be learning how to ride. We've signed her up for the Can-Am Ryker course, which will be, I believe, next week for her. And we're getting ready to set this bike up to meet her needs. Now again, she's all of about 100 pounds wet. So there are a few modifications that we needed to do to this bike to make her feel comfortable. And the reason why we chose the Ryker was because it is a three-wheeler. She's never been on a two-wheeler and would be afraid of one, so there's no sense of even going that direction. B, because it's extremely lightweight. I think this bike weighs sub 600 pounds. I want to say be 550-ish pounds. And C, is very easy to drive. And so this is why we've picked this. She has been on a four-wheeler in the past, and so I feel that this is very much like driving a four-wheeler. Now there are some modifications we're going to be making to the bike. As you can see, we've already added the comfy seat, and we bought this particular seat, the passenger seat, from somebody on eBay. I believe it was $425-ish. It took about 30 minutes to install. Now we are also buying the Sling Mods three-piece luggage kit. In fact, we've already ordered it. However, that takes about 4 to 5 weeks to come in. It's been maybe a week or two, so we've still got a couple weeks to wait before we see that particular modification come to tuition. However, we have purchased a few other modifications that we'll be installing today. The first one we're going to talk about is this. This is the F4 Custom 16-inch windshield. As I mentioned before, my wife, being as light as she is, going 45, 50, 60 miles an hour down the road, she feels sometimes like she might get blown off of the Ryker. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this particular windshield. Now, when researching windshields, we did a lot of reviews and looked at a lot of different windshields. However, time and time again, this one was selected as the best windshield for our needs. It's also a windshield that still allows you to use the front compartment, and that's something you have to be very cautious of, is that these front compartments here, if you buy some of the windshields, you can no longer use them because they actually kind of get in the way here. You can use them, but you have to kind of move the windshield every time you want to get into it. And what we've been told and what we've seen with this particular one is that is not the case. So we're looking forward to installing that. When it comes to windshields, buy the best the first time around so that you don't end up with a whole bunch of windshield regrets later on. So that's the path that we took. And I will say that that particular windshield is a bit more expensive than the other windshields that you're going to find out there on the market. But again, it's going to be worth it if we don't have to change it out 3 or 4 times. The next thing you're going to see that we purchased is right here. This is the cell phone mount, the RAM mounts. We purchased this from Sling Mods. And this is just simply so she can hold her cell phone as she drives down the road. The next thing in this particular box here we purchased are the mirrors. These are the convex mirrors. They are stick-on mirrors. And the reason why we purchased these mirrors is because when you're riding the Ryker, you're going to notice first thing is they shake. The mirrors shake. And we've been told that by installing these mirrors, it helps reduce that shake that you see when you're driving down the road. And the second thing is they give you a better field of vision. And again, for my wife, she really wants kind of that better field of vision just so that she can feel safe and secure. The next modification that we're going to be installing here today is the locking kit for the parking brake. Now this is a really important one, we feel, because if you take a look over here at the Ryker, what you'll notice is that this parking brake right here can be flipped down, whether it's on, off, keys in, it doesn't really matter. And this is very easy to push when this is down. You literally can push this Ryker with one hand when the parking brake is off. And it would be very easy for you to park this someplace and somebody, while you're in a store or something like that, come back, flip this down and roll your bike away. And so we're going to be installing that locking mechanism for the parking brake. And you'll see that it's already been pre-cut out right here. Are pre-stamped out. All we have to do is kind of drill that out and install the lock. Now this has been done because in Europe the Can-Ams come with the lock pre-installed, but for some reason in the US they are not pre-installed, so we're going to be doing that. We have some other modifications that we'll probably be doing to the bike, but you're going to have to stick around with us and see what we do to make her feel more comfortable. She's going to be documenting, vlogging her experience from never riding, never even sitting on a motorcycle, to her driving down the road and feeling comfortable at 60, 70 miles an hour. So for all those ladies out there who are thinking they might want to try something like this, take a look at our videos and you're going to see her experience and how she goes through this. So hold tight, more to come. Okay everyone, as promised, here is the 2021 Ryker with the F4 custom 16-inch windshield installed. It literally took less than 5 minutes to install this windshield. There is 4 bolts. You can see 1, 2 up here, and there's the other 2 exactly on the other side as well. They're very easy to install. The instructions say make sure you don't over tighten the windshield or else it'll crack. And obviously I'm not going to over tighten it anyway. I think it looks really good. The windshield is clear. You can get it in smoke if you want as well. But when you see what we've purchased for her for equipment, you'll understand why we didn't go with a smoked windshield. So there it is, installed. 5 minutes, 4 bolts, very simple to do. When we installed it, we left the plastic that it came with on it so that we didn't have to worry about scratching the windshield at all when we installed it. And with this particular windshield, what you're going to see is it has kind of this reverse lip up here on the top. And what that does is it allows the air to flow up a little bit before it goes over. And it gives you just that little extra room, that little extra comfort level when you're riding on the back of the Ryker. And it will probably help the passenger if you had a passenger on the bike as well. So there it is, the installation of the F4 custom 16-inch windshield on the 2021 Ryker. Okay, here's our second update for tonight. What you can see is we've installed the ram mount cell phone holder. And it was a pretty easy task to do. You just got 4 bolts down here with 4 locking nuts that hold onto the handlebar. And then you have kind of the centerpiece that connects the ball mount for the handlebar to the ball mount of the cell phone holder. The only part is we connected the rubber part here on the back, right? So that we could use it to hold the cell phone a little bit more securely in place, although these grips feel pretty secure as well. So now you can see how we've installed the cell phone holder on the Ryker as well. Next up is going to be the locking mechanism. And here is our final and third update for tonight. This modification took the longest. It probably took 45 minutes for us to do, simply because I had to find the parts. And as you can see, I've got the lock now installed and unlocked. Very easy to move the parking brake. You put the key in, you turn it, boom. It's not moving anymore. Nobody's going to roll away this Can-Am. The modification was pretty simple to do. However, you know, having the right parts is probably the best advice I can give you. I used a drill with this drill bit that I have here. The drill bit that I selected is a little bit bigger than the punch out that was there. I only did that because that was the size. It was either going to be smaller or just a hair bit bigger. I went with just a hair bit bigger. After you drill it, you're going to have kind of some rough edges though, and maybe some little plastic bits that are going to be sticking up. And well, how did I take care of that? Yes, you guys are going to laugh. A little lighter did the trick. So I took the lighter, I melted the edges a little bit. It got rid of those little flanges, the little flakes that were there, and made a nice smooth black ring for the locking mechanism to just slide right into. So that worked out pretty good. The other modification that we did tonight is we installed the convex mirrors, as you can see here. You really can't see much of a difference, right, from just looking at them now, but there's a night and day difference when you're sitting on the machine and you're looking into them. So here are the convex mirrors installed. Very easy. This was a 5-minute job to do. So those will be the final modifications that we're going to be doing for right now. Make sure you like and subscribe as we go through our journey, and as the wife takes up this new challenge as a beginning motorcycle rider, and how she likes the modifications. She'll be going through those, and then how they make her feel, and what other modifications we need to do to make her feel 100% with motorcycling with the Ryker. So again, like and subscribe. Stay with us. You'll see lots more videos coming soon.